mentioned that a lot of the web searches we're seeing are not even real. Kelly, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's an odd one, right? I think people are just so hungry to find out any information that sometimes I think people are falling for information that is not real. There are these AI-generated videos that are not truthful, and they're saying that certain people have testified that have not testified, and they're creating these videos. Don't fall for the hype. I know millions of people are watching these videos, but they are absolutely not real.
Good reminder for all of us. Kelly Carter, thank you as always for being with us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. We'll be back with new episodes every day of the trial. The show streams right here on ABC News Live, Disney Plus, and Hulu weekdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. For even more on the Diddy trial, make sure to follow our podcast, Bad Rap, The Case Against Diddy, hosted by our very own Brian Buckmeyer, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Eva Pilgrim in New York. Have a good rest of your day.
I'm sorry, I had to step away. I missed the last part. Hold on. Hold on.
So that's why the defense is raising alarms.
Y'all please hit the like button.
Enough to dismiss this juror. Yes, he might have been
Jessica.
not totally consistent about where he lived, but it didn't rise to the level of, creating an issue about having ulterior motives or being a stealth juror. That's kind of why there was that tension. But I will say, my experience as seeing juries all over the country, and
this ain't the
totally
first time
about where he lived, but it didn't rise to the level of, creating an issue about having ulterior motives or being a stealth juror. That's kind of why there was
a lot
tension.
of men.
But I will say, my experience as seeing juries all over the country and all these different types of trials, it's the juror that's replacing him is not a total loss. Older males tend to be better in these types of cases where you're dealing with the issue of consent, just because, the whole notion of psychological manipulation is a more novel notion, it's not as traditional as these older gentlemen tend to think.
I have to talk to you about just the sheer volume of hours they've been sitting, this jury in this court. 6 weeks of testimony, hour after hour of witnesses. Are they exhausted?
Yeah, it's a long trial, and they still have a ways to go. The defense hasn't even started putting their case. And it's true. They're likely fatigued. It's day in and day out, and it's not like any other case, where you're just showing up at court, dealing with the, ordinary case. It's a high-profile case. Every morning when they go into the courtroom, they have to walk by the press. Every time when they leave, same thing. So it must be exhausting for them. But I will say, again, in my experience as a jury consultant, jurors take this role very seriously, so they see it as a job. And they really honor to be a part of this process.
Claudia, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, it's time to see what people are searching for online. The latest searches range from will Diddy testify to is Bad Boy still in business? ABC News contributor Kelly Carter is here to break it down for us. She covers entertainment and pop culture. Kelly, one of the most popular search topics tonight surrounds Combs's bodyguards. What do we know about him?
Oh, that's pretty.
D-Rock. So D-Rock's a former bodyguard of Sean Combs, but D-Rock's history with him goes a little bit further back. He was the childhood best friend of Notorious B.I.G., the rapper who really kind of set Bad Boy Records into the stratosphere. And I think people have been curious to see if he's going to take the stand and what he knew. And of course, it came up in testimony again today.
Everyone wants to know. Yeah. Will Diddy testify?
That's the big question, right? And I think we're going to get our answer relatively soon. It seems like the prosecution is getting ready to rest their case shortly. They've kind of given us an indication of who else they're calling on the stand, and we'll see if he is going to testify. So just be a little bit more patient, people. We'll find out soon.
Another question we're seeing, is Bad Boy still in business?
Yeah, Bad Boy Records is absolutely still in business. Now, is it, chock full of all of the artists that it's had over the years? It is not. Right now, the people who are technically still on Bad Boy Records would be Christian Combs, one of Sean's sons, and Janelle Monáe is still technically a Bad Boy artist, even though she releases her music in collaboration with a larger conglomerate. But yes, it is still in business right now in 2025.
And in that same thought, people are asking, does Diddy own Biggie music?
It's a great question. Actually, in 2023, Sean Combs reassigned all of the music publishing rights back to his artists. So right now, the estate of Biggie Smalls owns 50% of it. And earlier this year, after the death of